your boy Butler. Hey man, stay out of prison, bro, because they don't really care about you in there. So we have another unaliving that has taken place at Hancock State Prison. Now I did a story yesterday. I was unaware of this story, but both of these individuals died on Easter. Rest in peace to Jacorey Pearson. So of course, as I obtained most of my information from Tiffany Johnson, and this too came from Tiffany. So I'm gonna first start with the comments, then I'm gonna go off into some of the actual news footage, and then we will go into Hancock State Prison and see, because this is the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the fourth individual who has been unalived at Hancock State Prison this year. It's January, February, March, April. Once a month, somebody died at Hancock. Apparently, at the rate they're going. So, sources say he was unalived by his cellmate. Bro, it's so unfortunate. I had a story yesterday, and it was saying that he was all comments. All right, sending prayers, love, and my sincere condolences, prayers for the family. Somebody said, "Damn, another one." Unfortunately, brother, these deaths are growing in numbers. Why is the Georgia prison officials not demanding the government to help them reform the system? I think the inmates are hungry because of the small portions of slop they're being fed. This is like the Hunger Games. Being hungry and on drugs makes monsters. Those are facts. My condolences. It's got to stop. The state of Georgia should be held responsible for every murder in a Georgia state prison. I agree. I agree. Because if somebody's not held accountable, it'll keep happening. All right. Class action lawsuit. Let's see. Somebody said Calhoun State Prison Warden Jackson is sending people to level 5 with medium security to closed security. That's crazy. He been doing this every shipping night over the last month. He done sent over 150 people to level 5. It's crazy. He talking about he getting rid of all lifers and people that got time. He only want 2 to 5 years people here. That's impossible. I've been medium security since you came to prison 13 years ago, and you have life sentence, so that's not right. All of this is unnecessary. Such a shame. What the is wrong with this prison? Yeah, big class action lawsuit. They're uncuring is sadistic. I agree. This has got to stop. Got to start contacting the commissioner on these unalivings and brutality in all the Georgia state prison. He needs to be held accountable and take control of his prisons. Who's going to be held accountable? That's the question of the day. That would be dope if somebody would be held accountable. My prayers to his families. I went to prison 6 times in Georgia, but this last time was my last time. I ain't never seen so much violence in my entire life. Someone needs to take over GDC and help these people. Stress is building up within these guys behind the walls with nothing to communicate with. They're low, no tablets. The prisoners' foods are not edible, I guess. In most trades, parole boards are not paroling those that earned it through their accomplishments behind those walls. Nothing to do, no yard, only lockdown, lockdown, and lockdown. This is crazy. Or how the sadistic staffs are doing. Bro, you know what? I actually had a nightmare last night. I was sleeping on my couch. Bro, I had a dream I was in prison, and I usually have these dreams probably about once or twice a week, but For whatever reason, bro, the GDs was after me, and I ain't never did nothing to no GD. But they was just like, you out of here, buddy. Then one time I put me on the door, these people was trying to unalive me. I was like, but wait, man, I'm cool with everybody. Those are the kind of dreams that I have. But it's true. All right, they got guys that's in those lockdown units that has mental issues. They are gang members. They are guys who can't come out of lockdown because they did messed up things. Some are on compound restrictions. Some have messed up charges. Others have tags on their head, and the rest is just violent individuals. And you just put guys in the first room available, not considering that they don't really care, bro. They do not care. So I don't see a family member speaking up. Come to the conference. We have to stop talking about and be about it. The amount of people matter. One or two people can not do it alone. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I'll be at the conference. He was halfway through a 4-year sentence. This man had 4 years, bro. That's crazy. Bro, I don't tell you that. We need a hero. We need an MLK, a powerful, recognized leader. 1,000 separate voices won't get anything accomplished. Interesting. Big homie.
Hey, you seen that post I just sent you?
I seen that. I ain't read it. I'm online doing unfortunately another unaliving. Jacorey Pearson died on Easter. I'm doing a video on it.
Oh yeah, that's what they having right now, like a rally.
Where?
Downtown.
Right now?
About 1:30, 1:45, something up. But
Oh man.
you don't lie, I'm here down and down.
Okay. Well, let me. I'm about to bust a move.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and see, put my face in there.
So they having a rally at where downtown?
I didn't get it. Pull that over by Park Tavern. Just put the Park Tavern address in. So over by 10th Street.
Hold on. The what? The who?
Park Tavern.
Park Tavern.
Yeah. Park and as soon as I get the direction, you got an iPhone or you got a?
I got an iPhone.
So I'll see if I can send you my location.
All right, that's a bit.
All right, cause I'm past 285 now, almost down the road.
All right, I'm about to load my cameras and stuff up.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right, y'all. So I might have to cut this video short. No, I'm gonna finish this, bro. I'm just when I get done with this, I'm headed downtown. They're having a rally downtown at 1:30. In regards to yes. All right. Maybe that's what old girl was talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna read y'all this. I'm about to go to this for immediate release, faith in action. It's just April the 9th and 1:30. The Pawn Piedmont Park. But I cannot read. I don't have my glasses on. Damn, come on, Bo. It's a Atlanta Faith Community unveils violence prevention manifesto to drive urgent citywide solutions. They're killed early Easter morning. Oh, this is for 14 shot at birthday party. 15-year-old. Oh no, my bad. It's for the stop the violence. Okay. That's not what that's for. It's for the recent teen shootings in the city. All right. As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna see. So let's look and see what the news has done.
perform an autopsy, and we'll update you when we learn more. Continuing our coverage tonight, after an inmate died at Hancock State Prison just over an hour ago, the Georgia Department of Corrections confirmed Jacorey Pearson died today. He is the fourth inmate to die at Hancock State Prison this year. The GBI will perform an autopsy, and we'll update you when we learn more. Continuing our coverage tonight, after an inmate died at Hancock.
Let's see what they're talking about.
The sound of a seatbelt is one of the most important.
That's not what we on. We're not on that type of time. That's not what we on. We ain't even on that. Matter of fact, don't even worry about it, sweetheart. Don't even worry about it.
Here in Middle Georgia, a Hancock State Prison inmate is dead after a, quote,
Hey, this is what I do want to say, man. So, as you can see, I work with adults and kids behind walls, on this side of the wall, trying to prevent them from being on probation, getting on probation, helping them get off of probation. Okay, so I go to several juveniles. When I'm at these juveniles, I talk to some kids are just getting a slap on the wrist. They'll be home next week, next month, next year. Some of these kids got some serious charges. So, a lot of times I'm telling them about, what's going on in prison. I'm telling them, hey, man, you can go in prison with 4 years, and halfway through your bid, you can get unalived. And they'll say, whatever. And I'm explaining this. Then I find out yesterday, I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to disrespect the family and I don't want to put nobody's business in the street. I am talking to a guy that's in my group that's a juvenile. I am talking to this group unknowingly about this guy's father who has been unalived. Then I get a call and somebody asked me, hey, are you familiar with this person at this institution? I was like, yeah, I just did a story. And they were like, oh, that's such and such dad. I said, are you serious? This is wild, bro. It's crazy, man. So I'm gonna try to have a conversation with him if I'm allowed to. But that's a wild situation, man. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. So we'll see, man. Rest in peace to that guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but I've done a video on him. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Altercation with multiple offenders. That's according to the Georgia Department of Corrections.
They say Andre Weems died on Tuesday following the incident and that his death is being investigated by the GDC's Office of Professional Standards. That's all the information we have at this time. They say Weems was serving life with parole for murder out of Clayton County.
And new this midday, a Hancock State Prison inmate is dead after a stabbing yesterday. Hancock County Coroner Dontrell Andrews tells us 36-year-old Andre Weems was stabbed during a morning fight. Andrews says the stabbing is being investigated by the Georgia Department of Corrections. This is at least the 5th homicide in Hancock State Prison this year. Andrews says there were at least 2 other deaths that weren't classified as homicides. We've reached out to the Department of Corrections for more information, but haven't heard back.
We have a few new headlines we're following tonight. The Hancock County State Prison is reporting a death. Hancock County Coroner Dontrell Andrews says a man was stabbed just before 5 o'clock this evening. The inmate was identified as 27-year-old Gerard Johnson. He was taken to the hospital but died before arriving. His body is now heading to the GBI crime lab for an autopsy. The Department of Corrections is investigating what led up to the stabbing.
Thank you, Alex. Time now 6:32. This morning, multiple law enforcement sources are telling us that there's been a disturbance at the Hancock State Prison, but we've not been able to get any confirmation or details. Right now, we're working to learn what exactly happened and if anyone was hurt. We'll update you on air and online as we learn more.
At 5, an inmate at Hancock State Prison was killed on Sunday. According to the Georgia Department of Corrections, Stephen Wood died after an altercation with another inmate. GDC says the death is being investigated by the GDC's Office of Professional Standards. It's normal procedure. Wood was serving life with parole for murder out of Cherokee County.
Also this afternoon, we are learning about a death inside of the Hancock State Prison. The coroner tells us 34-year-old Jacorey July died Tuesday from stab wounds. This happened in the yard of the facility. Right now, investigators at the GBI Crime Lab are performing an autopsy. The Georgia Department of Corrections will investigate.
Deputies arrested 2 Macon men Monday night after they were spotted near Hancock State Prison and later found carrying illegal drugs. According to the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, prison staff reported seeing someone in the woods near the annex. That led to a search where law enforcement found 42-year-old Jeremiah Canty and 27-year-old Jamirio Ray on prison grounds. They face multiple charges and are being held without bond. Well, 2 inmates at Hancock State Prison are dead after an altercation on Thursday. According to the Georgia Department of Corrections, the incident between Prince Porter and William Holman appears to have been gang-related. The GDC says one of the inmates had no visible signs of injury and that his death appears to have been medically related. A 3rd inmate was taken to the hospital.
For our top story tonight at 5. An inmate was fatally stabbed at Hancock State Prison on Tuesday, according to Hancock County Coroner Dontrell Andrews. The stabbing happened while 33-year-old Jacorey July was outside in the prison yard. He said there was a physical altercation with another inmate that led to the incident. The death is being investigated by the Georgia Department of Corrections Office of Professional Standards.
The U.S. Department of Justice is looking into whether the state of Georgia adequately protects its prisoners.
They don't.
It's an investigation that has been going on for nearly 8 months. Our Brittany Miller has been looking into that report. And Brittany, you spoke with a woman who shares the same concerns as the DOJ.
That's right, Victoria. She says the state didn't do their part to protect her brother after he died while in their custody.
I didn't pay attention either until this happened to my brother.
Marley Williams' youngest brother was killed inside of a Georgia state prison.
He had 1 year left until he would have been able to come home.
Charles McKee.
You know what I'm gonna say, bro? You're gonna have a lot of murderers coming home. Cause all these unsolved unalivings and all these suicides, and bro, you're gonna have a lot of people that's coming home that's gonna be certified killers with no charges. You just in chain gang catching bodies. What does that do to your mentality? What kind of energy are you bringing home with you?
Better known as Tristan, was convicted of second-degree arson and theft by taking. At 17 years old, he would enter the Georgia Department of Corrections.
For a 17-year-old boy to be placed with
adults,
child molesters and murderers who are doing life, he was a very easy target.
Another inmate who was 10 years Tristan's senior is charged for his May 22nd murder. Despite her devastation, Marley says she doesn't blame her brother's killer.
I feel like the inmates are a product of their environment, and it could have just as easily been my brother on the other side.
The older sister said her brother wasn't the first person murdered in one of Georgia's prisons, and she doesn't believe he'll be the last.
This happens
daily,
every week. To a different inmate.
1 week ago, I requested the name and date of every inmate homicide in the Georgia Department of Corrections for the past 5 years. That list still hasn't been provided to me. But in September 2021, the U.S. Department of Justice launched a civil rights investigation into conditions in Georgia prisons. The DOJ reported 26 confirmed or suspected homicides in Georgia prisons in 2020. And by the start of the investigation in 2021, 18 had been reported. Marley says these deaths are alarming.
In the January of this year, it's 35 deaths. You're talking about in 2020, there were how many deaths? I'm sorry, y'all. In 2020, it was 26 deaths. In the month of January of 2026, it was 35 deaths. Shit is bonkers, bro.
118 have been reported. Marley says these deaths are alarming, and she's begging for change before someone else loses a loved one.
Until this happens to your family member, you really don't understand how bad it is. And I wish that I would have paid more attention.
We are still waiting for our request to be completed for that total number of homicides in Georgia prisons. As soon as I have those numbers, I'll continue to explore this investigation. Reporting live from the studio, I'm Brittany Miller, WGXA News.
Hey, man. I have more to say on this, but I'm about to go downtown, man, and try to interact with the community and see how I can be of assistance. I'm out, man. Rest in peace to Jacorey. Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Jacorey Pearson. Didn't have a whole lot of time. Didn't have an extended arrest jacket. But unfortunately, in the state of Georgia, you don't have to have that, bro. You can go in with a little bit of time, and it can end your life. I'm out, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Rest in peace. Condolences to his family. Like, share, subscribe.